Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Fiona's got some nuts in her mouth. Otherwise, she would do this introduction. Dr. Heidi Rootes joining us.
When don't I?
Naturopathic doctor. We are talking about seasonal affective disorder and how you can circumvent it, how you can avoid it, how you can make it a little bit easier to live on the dark West Coast. Although that has not been a problem this fall.
This is helping. This is helping.
Now, Heidi, natural ways to deal with seasonal affective disorder is what we're talking about today. But first of all, what is it?
Okay, well, seasonal affective disorder is mood alteration that's stimulated by change in light. So when we get less light in the fall and the winter, and we get a lot of less light here, we don't stimulate as much serotonin production because we don't see as much light. So light in the eye stimulates the pineal gland, which is a gland in the brain that stimulates the release of serotonin.
And what are the side effects if you do have, they call it SAD, ironically.
Yeah,
if you
seasonal
do have
affective
seasonal
disorder,
affective disorder,
SAD.
People
what are
throw
the side
this
effects?
around.
So fatigue's a big one, sleep disturbance. So for some people, they don't sleep at all. They're having a hard time sleeping at night. Other people, they just want to sleep all the time. Irritability, cravings for sugar, cravings for carbohydrates. I mean, it really sounds like
then you
PMS,
gain weight,
right?
and then you feel worse.
But people
right.
throw this around right
They
now.
throw
I
it
mean,
around.
everybody's like, oh, you know, I've got
Well,
SAD.
there's so many variations to it. There can be mild seasonal affective
And if
disorder.
it's
there
bad,
can be
it can be
extreme.
really bad, can't it?
And that's when you go to Mexico for the winter.
When we had
exactly.
60 days and 60 nights of rain last year,
Yeah,
I actually
it was a rough
had
year.
it, and my naturopath helped me, which is a good thing to
Yeah.
do. So let's talk about some natural stuff. First of all, sleep.
Okay, sleep's a big one. So the first thing you want to do is establish good sleep-wake patterns. So
I thought this was for role playing, but that was just okay. Sleep.
that's for after. So you want to make sure that you're sleeping not too much, because the more you sleep, you release more melatonin, and overproduction of melatonin will make you more fatigued. So there's a bit of that vicious
It's the
cycle.
sleep hangover that we
Yeah.
call
It's
it.
the sleep hangover. So people that take melatonin and are feeling really tired all the time need to kind of maybe monitor how much melatonin they're taking, because they might be overproducing melatonin, which can become more depressive. So 8 hours is optimal, getting a few hours before midnight like we've always talked about, but also sleeping in the dark. So blackout blinds, or use a mask, a sleep mask, earplugs. Make sure you're sleeping well. So
What about white noise machines?
if that helps, whatever gets you sleeping better.
Whatever gets you through the night.
Whatever
Because
gets
I found an app, and it helps me sleep. Now, what about
Okay.
exercise?
Someone brought in some skanky
So
old
yes,
runners.
these are well-used running shoes. Exercise is really important, especially so something like today. If you went outside and you exercise, it's what we call the twofer. You're getting sunshine. I love the twofers. Sunshine in the eyes, stimulating serotonin production, and the natural release of endorphins such as serotonin, which helps elevate the mood. So
And some people get intimidated by exercise, running. You
Walk.
can go out for a walk.
Yeah, walk, take the stairs.
Go for a bike ride.
yeah.
Do something.
And
Diet's
nuts.
huge, so you want to stay away from sugar, refined carbohydrates, things that are processed foods. You want to do things that are high in omega-3 fatty acids,
Yeah.
fresh leafy greens that are going to help produce the neurotransmitters and the hormones that you need, like serotonin.
So we've got all sorts of suggestions here. We've
Yeah.
got avocado, spinach, hemp.
Leafy greens, so spinach, hemp hearts are great source of omega-3 fatty acids, flax seeds as well. Nuts are great, avocado.
For the leafy greens, can I just make a quick suggestion to people? Because I do this with my kids.
Don't
Because
smoke
obviously,
them.
hard to get kale and arugula and things like this, or kale,
Smoothies.
especially in your kids, or a juicer.
Juicing.
Invest in a juicer, beetroot, kale.
And juicing's so great because, again, it's doing the positive thing is it alkalines your body, so
Yeah.
so people are really acidic, and that leads to also more
and
depression.
the kids love it
They
because
love
it
it.
tastes like juice,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
but you're getting beets and kale to your
Into
children.
little people.
Suckers.
Suckers.
Okay.
That'll
And what
trick
about
them.
Nothing wrong
here?
with duping the children.
Yeah.
So supplements can be important for some people, but again, especially with things like depression, you need to be really careful with supplements. Things like St. John's wort can be very good for elevating the mood, but if you're on other medications, you can't just go ahead and start taking.
Such as birth control.
Yeah, it can interfere with absorption, processing times.
So the best thing to do is talk to your naturopath,
Yeah, get
because
on
so
a
many of these
program.
things are just available in drugstores, and people grab them off the
Yeah,
shelves
and
because
you
they've
do have to be
heard they're
careful.
good. But
and
you
then
should
you
be
end up
careful.
taking all these things, and you're not really sure what you're taking, and
Yeah.
that can be depressing.
It gets confusing.
And your body can't digest them, and you'll just get a stomach
And it's
ache.
expensive. It really adds
Yeah.
up. So if you're going to do something that's really safe for everyone, an omega-3 fatty acid. It's high in DHA, which is very good for the brain. It's going to help with the mood.
And what have we got here?
Okay, so for people that really do suffer and they start to notice that as the days get longer and darker, their mood starts to go down, an easy thing you can do is invest in one of these high-intensity lamps. So I picked these up at London Drugs. They are the same price. You've got a small one, you've got a big one, and they're very straightforward. People think that you have to sit and stare at the lamp all day, but you don't. You need a few things that are important. So a regular light
Can we
bulb
turn this
is
sucker
about...
on? What does it do?
You can't. It's a light.
Bam!
Oh!
A regular light bulb.
Look younger.
Whoa,
I know, right?
my pineal gland is going crazy.
Don't you feel good?
Yeah.
So a regular light bulb is between 200 and 500 lux, L-U-X.
Yeah.
You need a high intensity light. So these ones are both 10,000 lux. And all you have to do is sit in front of them so that it's shining in your eye, not directly, like 2 to 3 feet away for 40 minutes a day.
So I'm sure our director's really happy we just pointed these right into the camera. I'll
Yeah,
just turn that
that's right.
off for you, JT.
Sorry about the iris control. That's nothing.
And you should notice within 2 or 3 days that it's making an improvement. You're going to notice it, first of all, in your energy, and then you'll start to notice it in your mood as well.
And a lot of times, I know because there's someone in my life that has some issues with this, the people that have it don't know what it is.
No.
They just know that they don't feel good.
And this is a safe and effective thing you can start with. So grab a light.
Yeah.
It's a couple $100s.
You said grab a life, and I'm like,
grab
really?
a life, but
Grab
get
a light.
light.
If you have someone in your life and they don't know what's making them feel bad, get them a light and just see if it helps.
And the other stuff, sleep, diet, exercise, all you need to know.
Role playing.
Thank you, Dr. Heidi. Okay,
And sleep.
Mike, Heidi said that's for later. You can go to Heidi's website to find out more if you'd like to have a consultation or make an appointment. Thanks again. Always nice to see you.
I have seasonal affective disorder. Who's going to help?
Somebody,
both
please.
just ran screaming from the room. We're going to take a break, and when we return, Chef Michael
Did you
Smith
say
will be
both?
joining us right after this.
I thought you said both.